Hello everyone, hello everyone, hello everyone. So today it's 23rd January, shift 2 paper analysis session is there. Before we start with this paper analysis session, we got some reactions from the students based on shift 1 today and last 2 shifts. We are observing that there are few topics which was said to be as deleted, but from there also we are finding some questions coming in the exams. We can take the example of questions on radioactivity has been reported as was there in the shift 1 paper, question from radioactivity, which was supposed to be as a deleted topic. Question based on rolling is there, was there in the shift 1 also. Yesterday also there were some questions based on that. So we can see there are some topics which was proposed or said to be been deleted, but the questions are coming from there. So we have to understand that if there is an interlinked topic or any connected topic, we cannot neglect that. There is a thing called deleted topics. So that's like one of the points that we need to keep in mind. Please understand that we shouldn't leave an interrelated topic. If there's a topic being interlinked, we should try to cover that topic also in the discussion. Fine. Question as in the morning in the second shift and first shift are almost of the same type. It's between easy to moderate. Physics is always between easy to moderate, as been seen in the last 2 shifts. Question of yesterday morning shift and yesterday noon shift, evening shift, we had this almost same type of question being repeated. One type of question like in optics, where we found silvering of lens was there in yesterday 2 shift as well as in the morning shift of today. Let's see how it goes in today's shift and in the coming days. Based on this, we are trying to bring a formula sheet, which we will be trying to attach here also by the end of the session, that is related to the shift 2 and shift 1 paper, right? Yesterday also we are discussing the important formulas based on the paper discussion. Today also we'll try to summarize all the important formulas by the end of the session, or we'll try to attach a sheet also. Thank you so much for that. Let's continue with the paper discussion. I'll ask Hayat sir to continue with the physics paper analysis. So let's continue.
Hello everyone, good evening everyone. So session 2 has been already completed. I hope everyone has wrote the best of their best. So let us start the discussion today without any hesitation. Let's start with this part. So here today in the first question what he has given in the first question he has given, find the total work done from capital E to capital A to capital E. So we need to find out the work done from capital A to capital E. So therefore in this case I can say, let me take this part as first part and let me take this part as second part. I need to find out the area of these 2 factors. So in order to find out the area of this one, so therefore I can say that the work done is given by, this work done is given by area of 1 plus area of 2. That's it. So the first area that we are having here is going to be how much directly? So directly I can say 2 P naught minus P naught is going to be P naught. 3 V naught minus 2 V naught is going to be how much? V naught. But it is going in this direction. I must take it as negative. And now this is also the part. And in this area I can take out directly. This is nothing but how much? Negative of 2 P naught. And this is P naught minus this 2 P naught minus of 0. And this is going to be 2 V naught minus V naught is going to be V naught. So with this case I can say minus of 3 P naught V naught. So therefore that is the first option here that we are going to get in this case. So this was very easy question. So let's go for the next question. If angle of prism is equals to angle of minimum deviation given mu equals to √3, then what is the angle of prism? So basically already he has given that angle of prism is equals to what? Angle of minimum deviation. So that is A is equals to what? Delta M. I hope you know this part according to the question. So mu is equals to, I hope you remember the formula, sine of A plus delta M by 2 whole divided by sine of A by 2. So that means already he gave us that A and delta M are same. So I can substitute the value directly. There is nothing but sine of A plus delta M. Can I take directly? Both are same. So sine 2A by 2 sine of A by 2. which means this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled, and therefore I can say already he gave the value of refractive index is root 3. I wish to substitute that part, which is equals to sine A, and sine A can be taken as what? 2 sine A by 2 cos A by 2 mathematically, right or wrong? Whole divided by we are having sine A by 2. So I'm going to take this part as sine of A by 2. Let's cancel this 2 part. This is going to be root 3 by 2 is equals to how much? Cos of A by 2. Now cos of A by 2, root 3 by 2 means nothing but we'll be getting at 30 degrees. So I can take here cos 30, and if I simplify the value of A, it's going to be, final result is going to be how much? Directly 60 degrees. So therefore the answer for this question is going to be how much? 60 degrees. So A is equals to 60 degrees is the answer for this question. So this is another easy and important, I mean to say, directly based on the classes we will be just discussing this kind of questions usually in our class. This is a very basic question and which I already discussed in our resonance classes. Let's go for the next case. Find charge on capacitor in steady state. Okay, fine. Here in this question, here this is nothing but 5 volts battery. This 5 volts battery. So accordingly what I can say, at steady state directly I can say that my capacitor will behave as a open circuit. If it is behave as an open circuit, that means this is no use of this particular factor. If there is no use of this particular factor, so now this 10 ohms resistance and this 15 ohms resistor will be connected in series. If they are connected in series, so therefore the final result is nothing but R equals to how much? 15 ohms, while the potential is nothing but 5 volts. 15 means nothing but 15 ohms plus 10 ohms, sorry, which is going to be how much? 25 ohms. So therefore the resistance here is going to be 25 ohms and the potential is already 5 volts. So I can find out the current in the circuit by using Ohm's law. I equals V by R. So I equals, what is V here? 5, and R is nothing but 25. So it's going to be how much? 1 by 5 amperes. So therefore 1 by 5 amperes of current is flowing into this particular factor. So suppose I want to find out the potential at this case, as these are connected in series. So whatever the potential is there, I can use the voltage division rule and I can find out the potential V1 will be equal to, that is across 10 ohms will be equal to, so we have a shortcut directly, total potential into same resistance by sum of the resistances. So I can take here the total potential is nothing but directly I can take here, so that is nothing but 10 ohms. Total potential is nothing but how much we are getting? 5 into same resistance, that is 10 whole divided by the sum of the resistances, that is going to be how much? 25. I hope you got my point. So 5 ones, 5 fives, 5 ones, 5 twos. So therefore the potential across the 10 ohms is going to be how much? 2 volts. If the potential across this is going to be 2 volts, so can I say, as he is saying to find out the charge, so I can take directly this 8 mu f into the charge is nothing but, if I wish to find out the value of charge, so Q is equals to, I can take here CV. So that is C is already 8 mu f multiplied by 2. So that is going to be how much? The charge is going to be what? 16 mu C. That is your final answer. Very simple question. Let's go for the next one. In this case, find work done by the cycle A, B, C, D, A. Indirectly, we need to find out the area of this particular factor. So I wish to find out the area here. So indirectly, to find out the area, I can say this is going to be 3V0 minus V0, which is going to be how much? 2V0. And here it is going to be 3P0 minus P0, which is going to be how much? 2P0. But it is going in anti-clockwise direction, so it is going to be negative. So therefore, the work done is going to be what? Minus of 4P0 V0. That's it. Very simple question. Let us go for the next one. In this question, he said that in a series LCR circuit, the inductance is 100 millihenries, and he gave the value of inductance already, and he gave the value of capacitance, that is 10 nanofarad. He's saying to find out the angular frequency of the source when the current has maximum amplitude. The current may have the maximum amplitude at resonant frequency, so I can say directly omega will be equal to what? 1 by root over LC. So with this case, I am finding out omega equals to 1 by root over LC. The inductor is nothing but 100 millihenries, so 100 into 10 power of minus 3. While the capacitance is nothing but how much? 10 nanofarads. So 10 into 10 power of minus 9. So finally, I can find out the angular velocity here very easily. That is going to be 1 by root over. So this is going to be directly, if you simplify this part, so this is 10 power 2, and this is going to be how much? 1? 10 power 3. This 2 will get cancelled to 10 power minus 9. If you send it to the numerator side, it's going to be what? 10 power plus 9. So I can take here, it's going to be 10 power of minus 9. If I take this part to the numerator side, it's going to be how much? 10 power plus 9. So omega equals to root over 10 power plus 9. So, okay, We don't have the option for this. Already it is a memory based question. I believe it could be either this or this. Let us assume, fine. In order to bring this part, can I take this as mu? So 10 mu f if I am assuming in this case. So we can say here 10 mu f. Capacitance means nothing but 10 power of minus 6. Just I am assuming this part. Let's check, because these all are memory based questions. So let us talk about this part. So 10 power plus 3 minus 3 will get cancelled, and finally you will be getting this part as 10 power of minus 6, right or wrong? So I'm going to get here as 10 power of minus 6, and if I send it to the numerator side, it's going to become 10 power plus 6. Okay. If it is 10 power plus 6, if I take out the root, so it will be going to be how much? Yeah, that's it. 10 power 3 radians per second. Yeah, it's a memory based question. So option 4 is a correct answer for this. So it can be, instead of nanofarad, this is nothing but mu farad. Okay, let's go for the next question. A thin lens has a focal length P in air. What is the focal length of this lens when it is completely immersed in liquid of refractive index mu? So here we need to find out, here the behavior is completely different here. When you are just inserting this part, so most precisely you need to focus on two important things. So if I am talking about the refractive index of the lens is equals to refractive index of the water. Okay na? So he is saying, he is asking us to find out the focal length. So I'm going to consider two cases. Case 1, where refractive index of the lens is equals to what? Refractive index of the water. If refractive index of lens and water are same, then the focal length will be infinity. But when you talk about refractive index of the lens is less than the refractive index of the water, so our focal length will be negative. So this behavior is nothing but basically observed for the diverging lens. So I believe the answer for this may be diverging lens. Diverging lens. That's it. So these are those questions we got from our students, whoever has wrote today's second session. So accordingly, we will go for the next question. He said that the value of E0 is 9.3 volts per meter and C is 3 into 10 power 8 meters per second. He's saying to find out the value of B. So in order to find out the magnetic field, you can say direct formula we have here, that is electric field by velocity of light. So therefore the electric field is basically 9.3 volts per meter, and this is going to be 3 into 10 power of 8. So 3 ones, 3.1. So therefore the magnetic field is equals to 3.1 into 10 power minus 8, and this will be in terms of Tesla. So far whatever the questions we got, these are the very simple questions, very easy questions. Let's go for the next question. Two charges plus 7 microcoulombs and minus 4 microcoulombs at millicoulombs, minus 7, 0, 0 and 7, 0, 0. He is saying us to find out the electrostatic potential energy. In order to find out the electrostatic potential energy, we have the charges directly. I wish to go for the formula U is equals to K into Q1 Q2 whole divided by R. So when you are simplifying this part, so I can say U equals to the value of K is going to be 9 into 10 power 9. The first charge is 7 into 10 power of minus 3, and this is going to be minus 4 into 10 power of minus 3 whole divided by the distance is going to be this is going to be 14. You can say, you can consider this part, if this is your origin, so this side is going to be 7, 0, 0, and this side is going to be minus 7, 0, 0. So therefore the total distance is going to be how much? You can say directly 14. I believe that these all things are in SI unit, so I can take it as 14 meters. So I wish to take here as 14. Now for the cancellation, so I can say directly 7 ones, 7 twos, 2 ones are 2 sevens are. So we can say U is equals to 9 sevens 63. So we don't have any option. Okay. We don't have, okay, so you can do the calculation again here. We don't have any option related to this part. Let's solve it again. This point, maybe there may be a mistake in this question. So I can say directly 7 ones are 7 twos are, this is 2 twos are. Okay, 9 to 18 into 10 power of 9 or minus 6. So you are going to get 18 into 10 power of 3. So that means there may be a mistake in this question. The most possible way is, if suppose this 10 power minus 3 and 10 power minus 3 are not there. So I believe they may be the answer to 18 into 10 power 9. I believe, according to me, the question would have been 7 coulombs and minus 4 coulombs. 7 coulombs and minus 4 coulombs. Then there is a possibility that the final answer was going to be this one. which is equals to 18 into 10 power of 9. Unfortunately, we have that part, and that to minus 18 into 10 power of 9 we will be getting. So therefore, I can conclude this part minus 18 into 10 power of 9. So I think the second option is the correct answer for this one, right? So let us go for the next one. Two ideal diodes are connected in circuit as shown. Find the current to the battery. We don't have the diode. So far what I have observed from the source, what I got from the students is, I do remember that part, like there was one forward bias with a 20 ohms resistor and another forward bias with a 20 ohms resistor, and it was connected to a battery of 10 volts maybe. Okay, so with this case, obviously this will behave in a like forward bias means nothing but it behaves like a short circuit. So accordingly, this diode behaves like a short circuit and this diode behaves like a short circuit. So this 20 and 20 are basically connected in parallel. If they are connected in parallel, the final resistance is going to be how much? It is going to be 10 ohms, followed by the potential is going to be what? 10 volts. So therefore the current which we are going to get is I is equals to V by R. So 10 by 10, both will get cancelled, we will get 1 amperes. So hence option 2 is the correct answer for this one. So that's it. So far what we got, the question I have solved almost. Now I request my mathematics faculty to continue the rest of the part. Please sir, come in and we can continue the next part.
Okay, hello dear student. Now we start our mathematics portion. Okay, so first question what we receive from the student: if a square is divided into 4 by 4 square, if two squares are chosen randomly, then the probability that square does not share the common side is. Okay, so here now here we have 4 by 4 square that is divided into again 4 by 4 squares, and we need to choose two squares so that square does not share the common side. Okay, so we divide this complete question in two parts. Once when we choose the squares horizontally, and other part when we choose the square vertically. So first for the probability, if I write favorable by total number of ways, out of these total 16 squares we are choosing any two now. So total number of ways are 16, see 2. Now I need favorable. For the favorable, what is the condition? That two square does not share a common side. So actually it is easy to find that how the two square will share the common side. So what I write, total minus 16C2 minus those square in which they share the common side. Okay, so in first time if we take horizontally, then in first row, this is the one case. Second, these two are sharing one side now. And third, so in first row how many options we have? 3 options. If you choose these two, they will share the one side, or these two, or you can choose these two. So 3 options. Similarly in second row also we have total 3 options. In third row we have 3 options. In fourth row also we have 3 options. So when you choose two square horizontally, total you have 4 into 3, 12 options. Similarly vertical, if you choose these two, 1, You can choose these two or you can choose these two. 3 option. Further again 3 option, 3 option, 3 option. Okay. So horizontally you have 12 and vertically also you have 12. Okay. Now if we divide 16C2 by 16C2, that is 1. This one is 24 and 16C2 is 16 into 15 by 2. So that will be 120. Okay. Now finally we solve, then 1 by 5, that is equal to 4 by 5. So our option B is correct one. Okay. By the way, same kind of the problem was in ratio sheet, but at that time we choose the square diagonally. Okay. So that 2 square does not have any common point. Next question is given as, okay, this one is basic and just general problem. There are 5 boys and 4 girls. The sum of the number of ways to sit them such that all the boys sit together and number of ways such that no boys sit together. So we have total 5 boys. Suppose those are B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. And we have 4 girls. Suppose G1, G2, G3 and G4. Now we want sum of the number of ways, so that first one is all boys sit together. All boys sit together. I am considering them as only one element. Then they always be together. So total how many element we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So number of ways 5 factorial. Now actually these 5 boys can be rearranged their own place. Now for that one internal arrangement is 5 factorial. Plus next time we want to add number of ways such that no boys sit together. No boys sit together. So first we arrange these 4 girls. Okay. Then how many ways we have? 4 factorial. Suppose this is any one arrangement G1, G2, G3, G4. Now boys should not be sit together. So we arrange the boys into gap. Total how many gap we have? 1, Okay, sorry for inconvenience. Now 4 cos square x minus 3 into cos x. So if you multiply cos x here, this becomes 4 cos cube x and minus 3 cos x. 4 cos cube x minus 3 cos x is cos 3x. Okay. Now cos 3x into sin 3x can be written as sin 6x by 2. Sin theta into cos theta, sin 2 theta by 2. Okay. Then further this sin x, sin 6x into cos 6x. Sin theta into cos theta further can be written as sin 2 theta by 2. So what it will be? Sin of 12x by 2. By 2 and already by 2, that become 4. Okay. Now finally this 4 and 4 cancel. So what we are getting? 6 plus sin 12x. Now it is the simplified value of fx, and what they are asking, range of fx. So can I say fx belongs to, it will be minimum when sin 12x is minimum, that is equal to minus 1. 6 minus 1 is, that become 5, and this will be maximum when sin 12x is maximum, and maximum value of sin is 1, so 1 plus 6 is 7. Okay, so fx range is 5 comma 7. So here that they give as alpha comma beta, so we got the value of alpha comma beta as 5 comma 7. Then what we want? We want distance of alpha comma beta from this line. Okay, so distance of the point 5 comma 7 from the line 3x plus 4y plus 12 equal to 0. Now to get the distance, I am using distance formula. Put the point in equation. 15 plus 28 and plus 12. Divide by root a square plus b square, that is root 25. Now if we add this one, this sum is equal to 40 and 55. 55 in denominator we have 5. So what we are getting as 11. Okay. Now coming to next question. Acha, by the way, this same kind of the problem already 2 times in last 3 years came in JEE Mains. Exactly same kind of the problem. So it means this one is like importantly repeating question. So given A into this one, A is any 3 by 3 matrices, so that these 3 equations are given. And what we need to find? A 2 3. Okay. So 2/3 element we need to find. So first I am assuming A is equal to any 3 by 3 random matrix A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H and I. Okay. Now we apply these equations here. So in first equation what they are writing? A into this one. Okay. Let me write A. A is this A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I into 0, 1, 0 equal to, they give as 0, 0, 1. So if we multiply these matrices and then we compare. So first element is 0 plus B plus C. So what we are getting? B equal to 0. Okay. Now if you compare the second element, then this one into this one 0, E, F, that is E, and it is second element equal to 0. If you multiply and compare, then you are getting H equal to 1. Okay, so from the first equation you got the value of B, E and H. Okay, let me remove B here now, because at last A will remain here. What is the B we got? 0. So what I am keeping? B as 0. Then E is also 0. Let me put 0. And H is equal to 1. So let me write this one as 1. Now question become easy when we use the other equation. Now next equation is A 0, C, D 0, F, G 1 and I. We are multiplying with the matrices 4, 1, 3 and that is equal to 0, 1, 0. Acha, by the way, they are not asking complete matrices, they are just asking only A 2, 3, 2/3 element. What will be the A 2/3 element? Here it is F. So just we need to find value of F. So now I will write only those equation in which F will occur. So F will occur now. So I am just writing second element and first row, second row into first column. So 4D, it is 0 and plus 3F. And second element here is 1. So this is the one equation in D and F. Now for the other equation, we continue with the next equation. This is A is equal to here A 0 C, D 0 F and then G 1, H. Again, this matrix is 2, 1, 2, and that is equal to 1, 0, 0. Okay. Now, if we multiply, again, I need only value of F, so I am going to multiply only second row. So, 2D plus 0 plus 2F. That is second element equal to 0. From here, we got D equal to minus F. If I put value of D in this equation, minus F, so minus 4F and plus 3F. Okay. So, what we are getting? Minus F only, that is equal to 1, F equal to minus 1. Okay. Now, the next question is, the system of equation x plus y plus z equal to 6, x plus 2y plus 5z equal to 9, and x plus 5y plus lambda z equal to mu has no solution if. Actually, in option they ask something about the lambda mu. What is the possible value of lambda mu? Okay. So, just we need to find the value of unknown so that the system of equation has no solution. Here, I will prefer the matrix method. Now, actually, what we know, by if you solve by using the matrix method, then A into X equal to B, where A is the matrix formed by the coefficient of variable. So, what will be the A? A is equal to matrix 1, 1, 1, then 1, 2, 5, then 1, 5, and lambda. This matrix is the A. This X is the matrix of variable x, y, z, and B is the matrix of constant terms. Okay. Then from here, if you multiply with A inverse on both sides, A inverse B, A inverse can be written as adjoint of A by date A into B by date A. By the way, this is the solution of system of equation by using matrix method. Now, what do you want? No solution. When the no solution is possible, when denominator is 0, but numerator is non-zero matrix. So, what will be the condition? Condition will be determinant of A equal to 0, but adjoint of A dot B is not equal to 0. In this case, there will be no solution. Acha, determinant of A, if we find determinant of this matrix only, no? So, 1 into 2 lambda minus 25, then minus 1 into, I am expanding with respect to R1, lambda minus 5, then plus 1 into 5 minus 2, that is equal to 3. Now, this determinant of A need to be 0. If we simplify, 2 lambda minus lambda is lambda, minus 25 plus 5 is minus 20, minus 20 plus 3 is minus 17 equal to 0. It means lambda value need to be 17. Okay. If lambda value is 17, then actually this A become like lambda replaced by 17. I am writing here only. Just consider lambda is 17. Now, what is the next condition? Adjoint of A dot B should not be 0. First, I am going to find the adjoint of A now. So, how to get the adjoint of A? We replace every element with its cofactor and then we transpose it. So, first cofactor of 1, 34 minus 25, that is equal to 9. Then for 1, that is equal to 17 minus 5, 12, but minus sign will come minus 12. Then for 1, 5 minus 2, 3 as it is. Then for this element equal to 17 minus 5 is 12 and minus sign will come minus 12. Then 17 minus 1, that is equal to 16. Sign will remain plus as it is. Now here what we are getting? 5 minus 1 equal to 4, minus sign will come. Then 5 minus 2, that is equal to 3. Then 17 minus 1 minute, 5 minus 1, 4, and minus sign will come. So that's why minus. Then for the next one, 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay, if we take transpose, then what we are getting? 9 minus 12, 3, minus 12, then 16 and minus 4, 3 minus 4, 1. This is the adjoint of A. Now if we multiply with B, 9 minus 12, 3, then minus 12, 16 minus 4, 3 minus 4, 1. Into matrix B is matrix of the coefficient, that is equal to 6. Then next is 9 and finally mu. that should not be equal to 0. Asa, this product matrix will not be 0 matrix if all the elements are non-zero. So I'm going to just finding only one element. First one, 9 into 6, 54, minus 12 into 9, minus 108 and plus 3 mu. That value also should not be 0 now. Every element should not be 0. From here what we are getting, that 3 mu should not be equal to 54, mu should not be equal to 18. Okay. So for no solution, lambda need to be 17 and mu need not to be 18. Now whatever is the option they give, but this one is your correct answer. Now the next one, okay. Acha, by the way, these both, if you see, these are general problem, you will see in NCERT also, in every material also, but separately. They just combine together. So first thing, I is equal to 0 to pi by 2 sin x power 3 by 2 divide by sin x power 3 by 2 plus cos x power 3 by 2. Now if we use King's method, I am using property number 5. It means x replaced by a plus b minus x, pi by 2 minus x. For the value of this one, I will remain same, 0 to pi by 2. If you replace x with pi by 2 minus x, your sine turns as cos and cos become the sine. So numerator become cos of 3 by 2x by cos x power 3 by 2 and sin x power 3 by 2. Okay, dx. This is the value of I before using property. This is the value of I after using property. If you add both, first one plus second one, then actually this side you will get 2i and here 0 to pi by 2. If you add both, things will cancel out and you will get only 1. So it is equal to pi by 2. So finally what is the value of I you got? That is equal to pi by 4. Now coming to second part. Okay, let me consider that part is I2. Now I2 equal to 0 to 2i. I is pi by 4. So 0 to 2i will be pi by 2. Okay. Now x sin x into cos x by sin 4x plus cos 4x. Now you have two options. Either you proceed with property number 5, King's method, or you use property number 6. So I am going to use property number 6. Okay, so if you use property number 6, then limit becomes 0 to pi by 4. Then at the place of fx, what we write? Fx plus f2a minus x. By the way, fx will be this one same. f2a minus x, x replaced by pi by 2 minus x. Okay, the sine become cos, cos become sine, sine become cos, cos become sine, x replaced by pi by 2 minus x. When you add both, this term will be common in both. What will be common? Sin x into cos x by sin 4x plus cos 4x. This term will be common. In fx, x will remain, and if f2a minus x, pi by 2 minus x remain into dx. This x and x part will cancel out. This pi by 2 will be out. Then pi by 2 out, and actually at the place of pi by 2 I am writing pi by 4. So that I multiply 2 here. Okay, 0 to pi by 4. I multiply 2 here, 2 sin x cos x. Now what I am going to do? I am going to divide by cos x power 4 in numerator denominator. Okay, so here this become tan 4x and plus 1. If you divide by cos x power 4, 2 was already there because I divided, I wrote as 4. Sin x by cos x, 1 tan x. 1 cos x cancel, remaining cos square x can be written as sec square x. Now it's easy one. We assume tan square x as t. Then 2 tan x sec square x dx become dt. So it will be dt by t square plus 1. Okay. Or can I write this one as, what was that one? I2 was 0 to pi by 4. Here this was the pi by 4, and in numerator that was 2 tan x into sec square x, and denominator was tan 4x plus 1. Okay, I am just considering tan square x as t. 2 tan x sec square become dt. dt by t square plus 1, that can be written as tan inverse t. t was tan square x. Limit is 0 to pi by 4. Okay, if you put pi by 4, this become 1 tan inverse 1 is pi by 4. If you put 0, this becomes 0, tan inverse is 0, and here we have pi by 4. So what is the value of I2 you got? That is equal to pi square by 16. Okay, standard one. Then the next, for the next question, what they give, S be the region consisting of the points such that x lies between -1 and +1, y is greater than 0 but less than this value, and area bounded by the region. Acha, by the way, y greater than equal to 0, it means graph will remain above the x-axis. Y less than this one, that we will check. And x lies from -1 to +1. It means when I draw the graph, definite integration, obviously we will not do any question without the graph. Graph are important. So x is -1 to +1. It means I just need to draw the graph from -1 to +1 only. Y is greater than 0. It means our portion will be remain above x-axis only when you find the area. Then y is, now this graph I need to draw. Y equal to a plus e power mod x minus e power minus mod x. They wrote inequality, but first I am drawing the graph, then later we take the down part. Acha, by the way, can I say if x is written as mod x here, modulus of x, so graph will be same on both sides, positive side and negative side. So we just draw the graph from 0 to 1, same graph we copy this side. And if x is belongs to 0 comma 1, then actually this mod x will be x. So what y become? A plus e power x minus e power minus x. If you put x equal to 0, these two cancel out, and what you got? A. Value is a at 0. If you put 1, then value of y at x equal to 1, that is a plus e minus 1 by e, e power minus 1 now. So this one is greater than 0. So suppose this is the value, that is a plus e minus 1 by e. So this will be the graph. Same graph will be this side also. Okay, we want this area. Area bounded by this curve from -1 to +1. Acha, for this total area, can I say this can be written as twice of this part only? Okay, so area is equal to twice of 0 to 1. Now x I am writing 0 to 1. It means x is positive. So when I write y dx now, here mod x can be replaced by x, because for positive x this will be the value of y. So a plus e power x minus e power minus x into dx. I am going to integrate. By the way, they give the value of area. I am going to put here directly. Just wait a second. I am just putting the value of a whatever they give, so that we will get the answer early. So a equal to this one, 2 into e power 2 plus 8e plus 1 by e. Okay, 2. If we integrate, then we are getting ax plus e power x plus e power minus x. Limit is 0 to 1. This 2 and 2 cancel. Left part is same as we wrote here. Let me divide by e. If we divide by e, then what we are getting? This one as, okay, I am just writing this part. Later we compare now. So if you put the upper limit, you are getting a plus e power minus 1, and minus lower limit, if you put x equal to 0, this becomes 0. It is 1 and 1. So what we are getting? 2. If we take e power minus 1 as 1 by e and e LCM, then we are getting ae plus e square plus 1 minus 2e. Okay. So if you compare with this one, e square as it is, 1 as it is, 8e, coefficient of e is 8, and what is the here? A minus 2, that is equal to 8, a equal to 10. Okay, this was also, if you compare with the definite integration, this one is medium problem only, this is not the difficult. Next one, find the variance of the number. We need to find the variance of these all the number. Okay, variance will not be difficult. Acha, by the way, if you see, if you observe, these terms are in AP. See now, difference of these two terms is 13. Difference of these two terms is 13. So these all are the terms of AP. Okay. So if I arrange these in terms of AP form, first one can be written as 13 into 1 minus 5. Second one is 13 into 2 minus 5. Third one is 13 into 3 minus 5. And last one is 13 into 25 minus 5. Okay, if you multiply, you will get exactly same. So can I, what they are asking? Variance. So we need variance of this sequence. For generalization, can I write 13 into 1 minus 5, 13 into 2 minus 5? So it looks like 13xi minus 5. And what we know that if you add or subtract any constant in x, variance will not change. So can I say variance of this sequence will be same as variance of 13xi? And variance of 13xi will be same as 13 square variance of xi. And what are the xi here? Xi here 1, 2, 3 and till 25. 1, 2, 3 till 25. Now either you know what is the variance of first n natural number, that is n square minus 1 by 12. You might have in lecture note, or if you don't know, just find the variance. What is the variance formula? Variance formula is equal to sigma xi square by n minus x bar whole square. Okay, so sigma xi square, that will be sigma n square by n is equal to 25, and here also be n will be 25 at last. X bar, whenever terms are in AP, then x bar will be first plus last by 2, that is equal to 13 whole square. You can use it, but I am just using the variance 169 as variance of n natural number is n square minus 1 by 12. So 169 into n square, number of terms, that is 25. 25 square 625 minus 1 by 12. If we simplify it, we will get our answer. Okay. So by the way, this was the till now whatever questions we got for the mathematics. Now next chemistry sir will come. Okay.
Hello everyone. So how is going? I hope you did well today. And as you can see, the paper is coming easier comparative to the others. In today's paper, there were so many memory-based question, data-based question, but also there were easiest question. So let's discuss that. We got some question from the students. Let's see. In first question, if you see what they have asked, correct order of melting point of group 14 elements. Correct order of melting points of group 14 elements they asked. So this one is also memory-based, data-based question is there. Data-based question is there. So you need to remember. So if you remember, in group 14, what was the order of melting point? The order of melting point was carbon greater than silicon greater than germanium greater than lead and greater than tin. This was the correct order of the melting point. Correct order of melting point. Correct order of melting point. Some students were also saying that, sir, in this question they have asked the atomic number of group 14 element which is having least melting point. So as you can see, tin is having lowest melting point and their atomic number is 50. So you can match with your respective question. So whatever the question we are discussing here is all be gathered. So now move to the next question. In next question, if you'll see, again they have asked very simple question. What will be the effect on pH of water when it is heated? So basically they are asking what will happen when you are going to increase the temperature. Okay, so we know in general what is the pH scale. The pH scale is from 14 to 7 to 0. 14 to 7 to 0 on normal temperature, that is 25 degrees centigrade. Now, they are asking ki what will happen when you are going to increase the temperature. We know water is going to do what? Self-ionization, H plus and OH negative. Sometimes it is written as H3O plus. So when we are going to increase the temperature, when we are increasing the temperature, so what is happening? Dissociation is increasing. Dissociation is increasing. That means the concentration of H plus is increasing and the concentration of OH negative is also increasing. Both are increases. Both are increasing. Concentration of H plus and concentration of OH negative. So generally when we are increasing the temperature, Kw value will be changes or pH value, pH scale will completely change. pH scale will completely change. If you remember in the NCERT or in the classroom, we have also discussed that if the temperature is around 80 degree or more, the pH scale is becoming 12 to 0. 12 to 0 and the neutral pH is around 6. This one is neutral pH. So why it is so? Because when we are increasing temperature, concentration of H plus is getting increased. Concentration of H plus is getting increased. That's why you can see the pH scale is getting changes. So what we can say, when we are increasing the temperature, pH is decreasing. pH is decreasing. So which one is going to be the correct option? Option number 2. Hope everyone did this question. Now move to the next question. In the next question again, biomolecules chapter, somewhat memory based again. You need to remember alpha helix protein and beta plated sheet protein belong from which of the following structure? Primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure or quaternary structure. So if you remember in secondary structure, two part is present, alpha helix and beta plated sheet. Beta plated sheet structure. Beta plated sheet structure. Alpha helix means that one, coiling. Like that. This type of structure is present. Beta plated sheet means sheet-like structure. And these two chains are connected by what? They are connected by hydrogen bonding. They are connected by H bonding. In between C double bond O and NH2 group. In between these two there is hydrogen bond, so they are connected and they are forming beta plated sheets. So which one is going to be your correct option? Second one, secondary structure. Now move to the next question. In the next question again, you can say this one is a difficult question. As you can see, they are asking so many memory based questions. So you need to remember. So if you remember bronze is the alloy of copper and zinc, whereas stainless steel is iron, chromium and nickel. Next, UK gold coin, not chain, gold coin. So that one is this, silver, copper, zinc and nickel. And the last one is brass. The brass consists of copper and tin. Copper and zinc. Ek minute. Copper and zinc is here. In this one, copper and tin. So which one is going to be your correct option? Bronze is going to be copper and this copper and tin. Brass is copper and zinc. UK gold chain 4, stainless steel first one. So A2, B1, C4 and D3. So option number 1 is the correct option here. Now see the next question. This one is actually a difficult question. You need to remember in this one. Okay. Now move to the next one. Next one is a easier question. They have asked simple graph. Which one of the following plots represents zero order reaction? So if you remember the zero order reactions was what? A gives product, For this one, if you're writing the rate equation, rate is equal to k into a to the power n. In general, we were writing like that. In general, we were writing like that. If n is equal to 0, as we are saying, 0 order. 0 order. So rate will be equal to k a to the power 0, which is equal to rate and k. This one will become 1. So rate is equal to k. Now, what they are asking? If you see in this equation, rate is independent from concentration. Independent from concentration. And where it is independent? Obviously in the option number 1. In the option number 1, it is independent. So you need to be memorizing this kind of basic concept, and so many times we have discussed in the class also. Now move to the next question. In the next question, again periodic properties, graph of frequency f of X-ray and atomic number Z of Happy nucleus is a straight line in X-ray emission. Now second option they have given, second statement, graph of square root of frequency of X-ray atomic number Z Happy nucleus is a straight line. So if you remember the Moseley equation, what was the Moseley equation? Square root of frequency, here they have written in terms of f, which is equal to a into z minus b. You can say az minus ab. Az minus ab. So generally it is a straight line graph. Straight line graph will come. Straight line graph will come this side. Frequency this side, atomic number f. So which one is going to be true? Square root of frequency versus z is a straight line. Statement number 2 is true and first one is wrong, incorrect. So statement number 1 is incorrect, statement number 2 is correct. Option number B, basic periodic properties starting. Now move to the next question. In the next question, again simple question they have asked, very simple question, easy question you can say simply. Using this relation, which of the following is incorrect for spontaneous reaction at a given temperature? So you should remember the simply spontaneous condition. What is the spontaneous condition? You can tell me in the comment section. Spontaneous condition is what? Delta G must be negative or less than 0. 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 Less than 0, or we can say delta G negative. Delta H also less than 0, or delta H we can say negative. And delta S greater than 0, that means delta S should be positive. Delta S should be positive. Now see which option is matching. Delta H greater than, delta H greater than, delta H less than 0, delta H less than 0, delta S greater than 0. So option number 3 is the correct options. Which of the following is incorrect for spontaneous reaction at a given temperature? I think in this one they have asked the correct options. Okay, they have asked the correct option. Just check it once. Okay, in this one they have asked correct options. Now move to the next question. In next question what they are asking, statement number 1, for a particular cell maximum number of orbital is n square. Obviously this is simply formula for any orbital for any cell we study in atomic structure. For any cell, number of orbital is n square. Number of orbital is n square. Simple formula is there. Now in the statement number 2 what they have given, for D subcell number of orientation is lying minus L to plus L including 0. So if you remember for D subcell L values is what? 2, and orientation lies between minus L to plus L including 0, that means minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1 and plus 2. These are the 5 orbital which is possible in D subcell. So statement number 1 is true, statement number 2 is also true, so option number 1 is correct. Again an easy question. Now move to the next question. In the next question what they are asking, the total number of isomers possible. the total number of isomers possible. Aldehyde and ketone, they are specifically asking aldehyde and ketone. For this one, C4H8O, C4H8O, C4H8O. Now, how many carbon is there? 4 carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what you can draw? You can draw aldehyde part first, C double bond OH. Remaining will be what? CH2, CH3 and CH3. CH3. Now, CH3C, CHO, H and CH3. These are the 2 possible aldehyde. Now, if you move to the ketone part, 4 carbon chain. This part, is there anything else that is possible? No. So 3 is going to be the correct answer here. 3 is going to be the correct answer. Okay? 1, 2 aldehyde and 1 ketone. 2 aldehyde and 1 ketone. These 2 are aldehyde and 1 is ketone. So total 3 structure is possible. 3 structure is possible. Possible, sirs. So this is all about the chemistry part. Now we'll be moving towards physics section. So after that we'll connect you soon. Okay. So best of luck. Thank you.
Hello, my dear students. This is Kishore, and we are going to that second day, second shift, in the continuation of questions. This is one of the organic chemistry question. Chlorobenzene, when it is reacts with NaOH, what is the product we can obtain? Chlorobenzene, when it is reacts with NaOH, chlorine is replaced by ONA, followed by hydrolysis in acidic medium. Sodium is replaced by H, so phenol we can obtain. So A is phenol, Then when it is reacts with K2Cr2O7, it means it is a oxidizing agent, strong oxidizing agent. So in presence of strong oxidizing agent, phenol undergoes oxidation. Phenol undergoes oxidation to form quinol. So B is a quinol and A is a phenol. So suitable answer is 3. So third one is the answer for this question. Now wanna go for the next question. Which of the following complex has D4 configuration? So every time one of the question is asked from that coordination compound, and also most of the questions are easy to moderate questions. In this also it is one of the question is asked. Here iron is there. In first option, iron plus 3, 26 atomic number. So 3d6, 4s2, 2 electrons and 1 electron. It is having 3d5. But Cn is a strong field ligand. So it is not having 3d4 electronic configuration. Now go for that Mn. In that complex, Mn having plus 3 oxidation state and atomic number of manganese is 25. Electronic configuration 3d5, 4s2, but now it is in plus 3 oxidation state. So 2 electrons lose from that 4s, 1 electron lose from 3d5. So it is having 3d4 electronic configuration, 3d4, 4s0. Fluorine is a weak field ligand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 4s0, 4p0, 4d0. Coordination number is 6. So it undergoes sp3d2, outer orbital complexes. So when it is involved in sp3d2 hybridization, in that complex, Mn plus 3 having 4 electrons, which is suitable for this. D4 electronic configuration, the suitable answer is this one, hexafluoro manganate plus 3 complexes. Go for the next question. Consider the given following reaction X2Y solid gives rise to X2 gas plus 1 by 2 half mole of Y2 gas. If alpha is the degree of dissociation, calculate Kp in terms of P, total pressure. Okay, it is one of the good question. So given from that equilibrium, X2Y, X2 and half moles of Y. So when it is undergoes decomposition, if we take that P1 moles, if we take that P by 2 moles, half mole. Now the total pressure Pt is equal to P1 plus P1 by 2. Now Pt is equal to 3 PV1 by 2. 3 P1 is equal to Pt by 2. Now, 3 P1 is equal to 2 Pt. Now P1 is equal to 2 Pt by 3. This is the P1 value. If you go for that Kp value, now Kp is equal to partial pressure of X2 into partial pressure of Y2 to the power of 1 by 2. Substitute the values, then Kp is equal to P1 is nothing but 2 Pt by 3 into 2 Pt by 3 to the power of 1 by 2. Now from all this, if we complete the calculation part, we can obtain Kp is equal to 2p to the power of 3 by 2 by 3 to the power of 3 by 2. So for this question, first option is the correct answer. Then go for the next question. If 81 grams of aluminum reacts with 128 grams of oxygen, calculate the amount of Al2O3 is produced. Good question. And it is based on that limiting reagent. If we go for the reaction first, aluminium plus oxygen gives rise to Al2O3, 2 moles and 3 moles. 3 by 2 moles. This is required. It means this is 2 moles, this is 1.5 moles, this is 1 mole. Now first to find out the limiting reagent. What is given here? 81 grams of aluminium reacts with 128 grams of oxygen. So 81 grams is given. According to this equation, 2 into 27, that is equal to 54 grams. 54 grams of aluminium requires 1.5 moles into what? 1.5 into 32. It means 48 grams is required. 54 grams of aluminium requires 48 grams of aluminium. But aluminium is given 81 grams. So 81 grams of aluminium requires how much amount? So here 81 into 48 by 54 grams. It means aluminium is a limiting reagent. So according to that aluminium, product formation takes place. According to that equation, 54 grams of aluminium gives Al2 54, 54 plus 48, 102. 54 grams of aluminium gives 102, but in that question 81 grams is given. 80 grams of aluminium gives what is that? So 81 into 102 by 54. So do the calculation and write the answer we can obtain. And go for the next question. Consider the following E0 value of given of cell. These are the values are given. E0 of silver, E0 of zinc, E0 of copper, E0 magnesium plus 2 is given. Then which of the following will have the most negative value of del G naught? Most negative value of del G naught is nothing but it is a spontaneous reaction, and del G naught is more negative. It means del E naught is more positive E naught. So in this case, from that given values, magnesium 2.36 and silver 0.8 volts. So E cell, E naught cell. E naught cell is equal to E naught RHS minus E naught LHS. So RHS value, if you consider that silver 0.8 minus, then go for that magnesium highest values, magnesium minus 2.36 volt. So totally 0.8 plus 2.36. 3.16 volt. It is having highest E naught cell value. It means maximum del G value. So from this data, the correct answer is second one. For this, second one is the correct option. A compound X consumes 2 moles of hydrogen, and when X is heated with KMnO4 in acidic medium gives, okay, these are the products. From this, number of sigma bond in X are. First we have to find out the X from the given products. Here, this is one of the ketone, this is one of the ketone. So these are the two ketones. attached to each other, then CH3, C double bond, CH3, CH3. Then continuation chain, CH2, CH2. Here, how many carbons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here the double bond will come. From this double bond, here 2 carbons are joined. Here. This is the X. 2 double bonds are there. When it is reacts with hydrogen, 2 moles of hydrogen is required to get saturated compound. Or if you go for that KMNO4 reaction also, here ketone COOO, and here this carbon get converted into COOH and this carbon get converted into COOH. So what are the given products? It is matched with that product. So here question is asked number of sigma bonds. Each hydrogen is also considered as a sigma bond. So totally first we have to consider that how many number of hydrogen atoms are there in that. 3, 6, 9, 11, 13, 14, 15, here 3. 18 hydrogen atoms are there. Then after go for the sigma bond. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So totally 27 sigma bonds are there. So it is an integer type question, I think. So total number of sigma bonds in X is 27. So now we take that 5 minutes break. Then after session is continuously going on.
Is it? Okay, so let's continue with the next question. We are given limit x approaches towards infinity. So all of us know that if x is approaching towards infinity, we'll divide numerator and denominator with highest power of x. Okay. Okay, so now we are going to divide this limit in two parts, this part and this part. So first part, limit x approaching to infinity, divide numerator and denominator with x square. So 2 minus 3 by x plus 5 by x square upon what are we getting? 3 plus 5 by x plus 4 by x square. Any finite number by infinity approaches towards 0. So 0, 0, 0, 0. For this one we are getting limit value as 2 by 3 into limit x approaches towards infinity. Root will become power x by 2. So we are going to get 3x minus 1 by 3x plus 2 whole power x by 2. So into limit x approaching towards infinity. Here I am doing plus 2 minus 2. 3x plus 2 by 3x plus 2 will become 1. 1 minus 3 by 3x plus 2 by x by 2. So if you check this 1 minus 3 by infinity will approach towards 0. So this is 1 approaching power infinity approaching. What was the formula? 2 by 3 e power limit x approaching towards infinity into fx minus 1. So 1 1 will get cancelled, minus 3 by 3x plus 2 into x by 2. Again divide numerator and denominator with x will get cancelled. So I will get 2 by 3 into e power minus 3 by 3 into 2, 6. So minus 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2. So this will become 1 by root e. 2 by 3 root e. Option C is correct. Now moving forward to the next question. Okay, so what are we given? If in the expansion of 1 plus x power p into 1 minus x power q, the coefficient of x and x square are 1 and minus 2. Then p and p plus q square they are asking. So first let's find coefficient of x. How will you get coefficient of x? If I get x from the first bracket and 1 from the second bracket plus 1 from the first bracket, x from the second bracket. So x coefficient in first bracket will be pc1 into 1 from second bracket p plus 1 from the first bracket, x coefficient from the second bracket. What am I going to get? Minus q. So coefficient of x is p minus q, which is given to me as how much? 1. Equals to 1. Now let's find coefficient of x square. So how can you get x square? X square I can get if I take x from this bracket and 1 x square from this bracket and 1 from the second bracket, or x from both the brackets, or constant term from first bracket and x square coefficient from second bracket. Let's take that. So x square coefficient from first bracket will be pc2. pc2 means p into p minus 1 by 2 and constant term 1. X coefficient here is going to be p, here minus q. So minus pq plus 1 constant term here 1, x square coefficient qc2, which I am going to get as q into q minus 1 by 2. And coefficient of x square is how much? Minus 2. Now let's simplify this equation. I am multiplying both sides with 2. I will get p square minus p minus 2pq plus q square minus q equals to minus 4. So p square plus q square minus 2pq will become what? P minus q whole square minus common p plus q equals to minus 4. P minus Q was equals to 1. So 1 square, take this to left hand side, this to right hand side, I'll get P plus Q value. P plus Q is equals to how much? 5. If I solve these two equations, add them, I'll get P equals to 3, Q equals to 2. P value is 3 and Q value is 2. Now they are asking P square plus Q square, so 3 square 9 plus 4, option A 13. Next question. So moving forward to the next question, you are given the distance of line. You have to find distance of line. What's the line? X minus 2 by 2 equals to y minus 3 by y minus 6 by 3 equals to z minus 3 by 4 from the point 1 comma 4 comma 0 along the line. Along the line means parallel to the line. I have to find distance parallel to which line? X by 1 is equals to y minus 2 by 2 is equals to z plus 3 by 3. Now let's solve this. What am I going to get? Let's take this point here. I know this line and this line are parallel. So this point, it lies on this line. So let this equals to lambda. So this point is going to satisfy this equation. X coordinate will be 2 lambda plus 2. Y coordinate will be 3 lambda plus 6. And z coordinate will be 4 lambda plus 3. Now, what will be drs of this line? Let's say this line is L1. What will be drs of L1? Direction ratios of L1 will be x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. So 2 lambda plus 2 minus 1, 2 lambda plus 1. 3 lambda plus 6 minus 4, 3 lambda plus 2, 4 lambda plus 3 minus 0, we are going to get 4 lambda plus 3. Now both the lines are parallel. If lines are parallel, what are we going to get? A1 by A2 equals to B1 by B2 equals to C1 by C2. So let's solve A1, 2 lambda plus 1 by 1 is equals to 3 lambda plus 2 by 2 is equals to 4 lambda plus 3 by 3. On solving this, we'll get lambda equals to 4 lambda plus 2 equals to 3. Lambda equals to 0. So if I substitute lambda equals to 0, what will this point become? Point P will become 2, 6, 3. I have to calculate the distance from which point? 1, 4, 0. Apply distance formula. Distance is equals to under root 2 minus 1 whole square 6 minus 4 square plus 9. So what am I getting? Root 14. So option A is correct. Now moving forward to the next question, we are given alpha beta roots of this equation. So sum of roots will be alpha plus beta will be P and product of roots alpha beta will be Q. Are 10th and 11th term of AP. So alpha is A10 and beta is A11. Common difference is given. D is how much? 3 by 2. Sum of 11 terms. Sum of 11 terms will be what? 11 by 2, 2A plus 10D equals to 88. Let's simplify this equation. We have to find P and Q. So alpha, beta, 10th and 11th terms. So 8. Then 2 will go there into 2. So 2A plus 10 into 3 by 2 is equals to 16. 15 sent to that side. 2A equals to 1. A equals to 1 by 2. Now the value of alpha will be how much? Alpha is the 10th term of AP. So A plus 9D. So 1 by 2 plus 9 into 3 by 2, 27 by 2, 28 by 2, 14. Beta is equals to A plus 11 term, 10D. So 1 by 2 plus 30 by 2, which will be 31 by 2. So what will be the value of P now? Let's utilize these values. What are we going to get? P will be 14 plus 31 by 2, which is equals to 28 plus 31, 59 by 2. And Q will be alpha into beta, 14 into 31 by 2, cancel 7, 2, 1, 7. Now let's solve. Q minus 2P, 217 minus 2 into 59 by 2. 217 minus 59. I think all of you can subtract and you'll get the answer. moving forward to the next question. What are we given? We are given find the length of the chord whose midpoint is given. What's very simple. So you are given midpoint of the chord. Whenever midpoint of the chord is given, what is equation of chord? Equation of chord will be T equals to S1. Equation of chord will be T equals to S1. And what is equation of ellipse? Let's simplify. Multiply by 4. Equation of ellipse is 2x square plus y square equals to 4. Now T equals to x2 into x x1. What is the point? x1 is 1 plus y y1 y into 1 by 2 equals to minus 4 equals to s1. S1 directly substitute the point. So 2 into 1 by 2 2 into 1 whole square plus 1 by 2 whole square. So 2x plus y minus 4 minus 4 minus 4 cancel. 2x plus y by 2 is equals to 4. 2 into 1 square 2 plus 1 by 4 9 by 4. Okay, from here I can say let's multiply with 2. 4x plus y equals to 9 by 2. So we are going to get y is equals to 9 by 2 minus 4x. Okay, so we have to find chord. So if we have to find chord, what are we going to do? Solve. Ellipse is given and midpoint is given. To find, we have got an equation of chord. So let's simplify. Equation of chord, equation of ellipse. 2x square plus y square. What is y? 9 by 2 minus 4x whole square is equals to how much? 4. 2x square plus 16x square, 18x square. 9 by minus 36x. 81 by 4 minus 4, 81 minus 16, 81 minus 16 I am going to get plus 65 by 4 equals to 0. You know, distance is under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So let's find the value of x2 minus x1 whole square. Can I say x2 minus x1 whole square, which are roots of this equation? Its roots are going to be x1 and x2. x1 plus x2 whole square minus 4x1 x2. x1 plus x2 36 by 18 2 square 4 minus 4 into 65 by 4 into 18. So simplify this. 18 4 ja 72 minus 65, 72 minus 65, going to get 7 by 18. Similarly, y2 minus y1 whole square. y2 minus y1 whole square will be how much? y2, okay, y2 is equals to 9 by 2 minus 4x. So y2 will be 9 by 2 minus 4x2 and y1 will be 9 by 2 minus 4x1. When I subtract them, 9 by 2 will get cancelled, 4 common. 4 square will be 16 into 7 by 18. Now substitute these two values in the formula, you will get the answer. Next question, what are we given? You are given integration. Okay, integration of this function is g of x plus c, g of 0 is 0, g of pi by 2 plus g dash pi by 2. Let's solve. If I differentiate both sides, I'll get x cube sin x is equals to g dash x. Now to get the value of g of x, I'll have to integrate this function. So integration of x cube into sin x dx. Let's apply the product rule. This will be first function, this will be second function. First, as it is, integration of second minus integration of derivative of first function, 3 outside x square. Sin integration minus cos x, minus will come outside cos x dx. Now you know you have to find g of pi by 2. G of pi by 2, cos pi by 2. So let's not waste our time. Cos pi by 2 will become 0. Later on when we substitute the value, it is going to become 0. So let's simplify this only. So 3, again eyelet rule. First function, second function. First as it is, integration of second minus integration d by dx of first, integration of second dx. So 3 x square sin x minus 2 into again evaluate first function, second function. So first as it is, integration of sin x will be minus cos x, and just now I told you cos pi by 2, when I substitute x equals to pi by 2, cos pi by 2 will become 0, no needed. Minus integration d by dx of first function x derivative 1, sin x derivative minus cos x, minus will come outside, so it will become plus cos x dx. So let's see what is left. So 3 x square sin x, 3 into minus will become plus, 6 integration of cos x will be sin x. Now I have to put pi by 2. If I put pi by 2, 3 into pi by 2 whole square, 3 pi square by 4 sin pi by 2 will become 1, plus 6 into sin x, 6 pi by 2, 6. This is g of pi by 2. And what is g dash pi by 2 going to be? G dash pi by 2 will be pi by 2 whole cube, which is pi cube by 8, into sin pi by 2. What's the value of sin pi by 2? 1. Add them, you'll get the answer. Okay. We'll come back after 5 minutes.
Okay, am I audible? Right. So we'll wait a minute, please. We'll continue with physics solution discussion of shift 2 of the remaining questions. Just hold on, please. Fine. Okay, so let's continue with the discussion on remaining problems. Remaining problems of physics, right? Fine. A satellite is 9 times closer to Earth compared to Moon. So whenever there is this time period and distance related problem, we always use the relation of t square proportional to r cube. So based on this formula, this type of questions are generally been done. Okay, so satellite is 9 times closer to Earth compared to Moon, and we know the time period of Moon, right? So if I say 27 square is proportional to r cube, right? t square proportional to r cube. So when we go for satellite, for which we want to find out the time period, then we can write it as t square proportional to r by 9 cube, right? So let's take this as equation 1, and that's a proportionality 1, proportionality 2. Let's go for the ratio of it. So t by 27 whole square, which is r by 9 r whole cube, right? So let's remove this 2 and keep it like 3 by 2. So this is like t is equals to r cancel. 27 by 9 to the power 3 by 2 is again 27, right? So that will be like equals to 1 day. Since this time was in days, this will be also in day. So 1 day, right? Just so that will be 1 day. Right. So let's go for the next question. A particle of mass m is projected at an angle 60 degree with horizontal. Particle of mass m is projected with an angle of 60 degree with the horizontal. If initial kinetic energy is Ke naught, so half mv square, which is the value of kinetic energy, is written as Ke naught. And kinetic energy at maximum height is Ke naught by x. Okay, so here. So at highest point, if this is velocity v, the velocity here will be v cos 60, right? Which is like v by 2, right? So the speed here was being considered as v naught. Here it's been considered as v naught by 2. So the kinetic energy here will be Ke will be half of m v naught by 2 ka square, which is like v naught by 4. So can I write this as Ke naught by 4, right? So the kinetic energy will be 1 by 4. The kinetic energy will be 1 by 4. The kinetic energy will be 1 by 4 of the initial. So I'll ask Yasir sir to continue with the next problem, please.
Okay, so let's see here. This is the problem related to error we have, right? So what's the given we have? The energy of a system is varies with position and time is given like this. So what they are asking to us, they have given the error in x and they have given the error in t. So they are asking what is the error in E at t equals to 5 seconds, right? So how we'll do it? Let's see here. So E is given as E equals to x cube e power minus beta into t, right? So take a log on this one. So what we can say, this is log E is equals to 3 into this is what? This is log x and this is minus beta into t, right? Let's differentiate it. So it will be dE by like how normally we are calculating the error we have, right? This is 3 and it will be dx by x over here minus this is beta and it will be dt, right? So if we are calculating the maximum possible error over here, so you know in error we are adding over here, right? So in this one, let's multiply with the 100 over here. So you can say this is dE by E into this is what? 100 is equals to, this is 3 and this is dx by x into 100 and this is plus beta into this is dt into this is what? 100, right? So we have to find the things for t equals to 5 seconds, okay? So in this one you can see it's given that dt, it's given that dt by t into 100 is equals to 1.6%, right? So what is the value of dt we have? dt into 100 we can find from here. This is 1.6 into what? T. So let's put it here. So this is error in E is equals to 3 into, this is error in X. What is the error in X we have? The error in X we have is 1.2%, right? So this is 1.2 plus beta, beta is given as 0.3 into, this is dt. What is the value of dt into 100? dt into 100 is given as 1.6 into t, t is what? 5. So what's the result we have? This is, you can see 3.6 plus, this is 8, 8 and 3, this is 2.4. So you can see the answer is 6% for this one, right? Okay. Now let's move on the next one over here. Just a moment, right? Okay. Let's move on the next one. Let's see in this one. This is what, it's a simple simple problem related to the dimension, right? Okay. So first one is magnetic permeability. We all know this is related to this one as well, right? Now in this one, if we are moving, so next is torsional constant. In the first session we discussed about the torsional constant, dimension of torsional constant, right? So what will be the value of torsional constant? Tau is equals to, you can say C into theta. So theta is a dimensionless, dimension of C is equals to dimension of tau. So you can simply go with the mL2T minus 2, right? So torsional constant is related to this one. The next one is magnetic induction. It's easy one. You have to remember the formula of magnetic field. Next one is magnetic moment. So if we are coming on magnetic moment, so magnetic moment is M is equals to I into area. So I into area is this one is related over here, right? Surely they have given some option in this one, but the option is not available to us, right? So that's why you can just select your option. Okay, let's move on the next problem we have. Let's see here. This one is the next problem we have. So E equals to E naught into this. And they are asking what is the velocity. So what is the velocity we have? V is equals to omega by K over here. So omega is 6000 over here, and this is 30 into 10 to the power minus 3 over here. So you can just say it will be cancelled out over here. So this is 200 into 10 to the power 3. That you can say this is 2 into 10 to the power 5 meter per second if all the things are in their standard unit, right? Okay, so now I will ask to Mohit sir to join and solve the further problems, right? Okay.
Fine. Let's continue with the remaining problems. Just a minute. I hope we can understand this question. In a concave mirror of focal length f, when it is immersed in a medium. So the trick is, it's been immersed. If the statement is this given and is exactly this statement, it means that the mirror is been immersed in a liquid, right? This statement means that it's totally immersed in liquid, right? So if it's immersed in a liquid, and we know that for mirror, focal length is equals to r by 2, it doesn't depend on the medium if it's completely immersed in liquid. So then it will be same. Whereas there can be a question where this is the mirror, and we put liquid till this level. So it's almost like a silvering of lens type question, which we discussed in our shift 1 problem also. So it will be like a lens plus mirror, and we can use the formula again. 1 by focal length equivalent is equals to 1 by focal length of the mirror minus 2 times 2 by focal length of the lens. Right? Fine? But yeah, given it's immersed, so F is equals to F. Initial F and final F is same. Let's go for the next question. Temperature of a body of mass M and specific capacity S is raised slowly from temperature T1 to T2. The change is the change in entropy. So entropy generally has been not been asked so much obviously, but since it's been asked, so we use the formula that ds is equals to dq by t, right? We generally use this formula. So may I write this as ms dt by t. So integrating both sides. So t1 to t2. So that will be like ms ln t2 by t1 will be the entropy. So this is the formula generally being used, ds equals to dq by t, right? So maybe option 1 could be said as the right answer, right? So let's go for the next question, okay? Okay, now going forward with the next question, I will invite Shashir sir to continue with it. But before that, I hope we have already understood this far. The point to note is what are the formula been concluded from today's morning shift and evening shift might be a help for us to go forward with the next exams. So I hope Ashish sir, you can continue, please.
Hi students. So the next question is a normal question of galvanometer. Like we know that what is sensitivity of the galvanometer, and like here the galvanometer is like RG. Galvanometer resistance is given as 30 ohm, and it shows a full deflection at 20 milliampere. Means there is a galvanometer whose resistance RG is 30 ohm, and it can highly take a maximum current of 20 milliampere, right? So if I want to measure some current which is more than this, then definitely I will have to surpass rest of the current. Surpassing means shunting, that is the rest of the current should go like this from the other part. So here if I am sending I current, okay, then here in this case, here it will go, if this current, the galvanometer current is named as IG, then this will be I minus IG. This is RS and this is RG, okay, shunt. So this is the resistance of shunt. So now as they are in parallel, so RS into I minus IG is equal to IG into RG. As they are in parallel, their potential difference will be same. So we will use the concept of parallel, and then from here they are asking us then what is the resistance of the shunt, right? So RS is equal to IG into RG upon I minus IG. Okay? Now here IG is given as 20 milliampere. It cannot has more current than that. So, and RG is resistance of the galvanometer is 30 upon I, the net current is 3 ampere minus IG, that is 20 milliampere. So 20 milliampere is almost negligible with respect to 3, right? So as this is negligible, so we can directly remove it, means we can neglect it. So here we will get a value 20 milliampere into 30 upon 3, 10. So 200 milliampere, that is 0.2 ampere. So this is the correct answer. Okay? Moving to the next one. Moving to the next one. Torque on a uniform disk is this one, radius is this, and torque is this one. So what is the power? So we know that power equal to torque dot omega. Okay? So from here, like we know that work done equal to torque dot theta or d theta. Now from here, power, if we have to calculate d omega by dt in that form, dw by dt, so differentiate it, so torque dot omega will get. So here from that concept we can write directly torque dot omega. Now torque is already given and they are asking us the power at 1 second. So torque at 1 second will be 5 minus 8, that is minus 3. Now we have to calculate omega also. So torque equal to I into alpha. So alpha equal to torque upon I. What is the value of torque? That is 5t square minus 8t upon I. I is m2 into r square, that is 1 upon 2. mr square upon 2, that is the moment of inertia of a disk. So mr square upon 2. So this will be again 5t square minus 8t. So we got alpha, that is d omega by dt. So from here we will get omega equal to integration of this 5t square minus 8t dt. So here 5t cube by 3 minus 8t square upon 2. Limit is like at what time? 0 to 1. So at 1 second, what is the omega? So value of omega is 5 upon 3 minus 4, that is minus 7 upon 3, right? Now when we will multiply this, so put this value here and put this value here. So finally the power is coming minus 7 upon 3 into omega, and omega is, torque is minus 3 and omega is minus 7 upon 3. So this is 7. So this is the answer. Okay? Moving to the next question. This is a simple equation using of Bernoulli's theorem. Okay, there is a horizontal pipe of cross section area that is uniform and variable cross section area, but fluid has density rho and it is flowing through it. The velocities at two cross section A and B are VA and VB, and the pressure are PA and PV. Then we have to find the correct relation, so between VA, BB and that PA and PV. So PA plus half rho VA square, right? Because horizontal pipe is there, so obviously in that case height will be same. So H rho GH1. So rho g h PV plus half rho VB square plus rho GH. So this H will get cancelled, rho HGH term will cancelling here. So here from this point, we have to find VA, so VA square minus VB square will be, bring this thing on the other side, PA minus PV, this 2 will go on the other side, so 2 PA minus PB upon rho, so 2 PA minus PB upon rho, this is the correct answer. Okay, so it was also a very basic, very simple and formula based question. There was nothing to learn here, just we have to apply the formula, no hidden concept here. Now next question is, during the charging of a capacitor, of capacitance this 2.5 millifarad, a DC current is this and the current is given this one. A DC current is going inside it and the current is 0.25 milliampere, then find the rate of change of voltage. So Q equal to CV and I equal to C into dV by dt, right? So this is the value of current now. So current is 0.25 into 10 to the power minus 3 milliampere is equal to capacitance, that is 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 farad into dV by dt, right? Now they are asking this value, so this is getting cancelled, 25 will get cancelled with 25 and 10 to the power 2. So here dV by dt is coming 0.1, right? So C is 2.5, this is 0.1, so I. So from here I am getting this value. Okay, a normal concept. Next question is also just a formula based question, like V equal to 1 by E into SC upon lambda minus phi, right? So this is the stopping potential. Now the main thing is that it is given in the form of volt and our data are given in the form of electron volt, so we have to keep it in the form of electron volt. So here bring it in this side, so V is 2 volt, so 2, this will come on the other side, so 2 electron volt, right? Is equal to HC is 1242 electron volt and nanometer. So remember the lambda will come in the nanometer minus phi. Phi is again 2.14. Okay. So from here we are getting lambda is equal to 1242 upon 4.14. So I think this is getting cancelled and in nanometer. So this is 3 times into 200 will go up, so 300. So 300 nanometer will be the answer, that is the second option. Okay, so this was just a formula based question. End of the slide. So that's it. Now just a small recap of the formula by Mohit sir. He will continue. Okay.
Fine. Okay, so we'll start with conclusion of 23rd January first shift and second shift. Ashit sir, you may please also join us. Okay. So this is like first shift, 23rd January. The basic overview from this 23rd January first shift, second shift, or 22nd January first, second shift together is, if we just know the formulas at a surface level also, and we know the basic application, I believe that we can attempt the questions of physics very easily. Physics as a whole was very much surface based. It was more towards easy, which we expected, and more towards exact formula based questions. So as a whole, we have concluded the important formulas here. So let's start with the first. We had some formulas from atom based on radius, r naught n square by z. Dimensional analysis based 3 questions were being observed by memories. That says that there were good number of questions from either from principle of homogeneity or basic dimensional questions. Refraction through curved surface, Basic formula, mu 2 by v minus mu 1 by u, mu 2 minus mu 1 by r. Area under curve, area under the VT graph based question was observed been there. Rolling on inclined plane, whereas people assume that rolling is a topic which is not there in a syllabus. We are seeing questions from rolling once in a while always, right? So rolling on inclined plane based questions were there. So basic application of basic formula of rolling is required, where we can apply conservation of energy. Properties of fluid based, that how viscosity depends on temperature, how surface tension depends on impurity, those dependencies important for us to know, right? Okay. So work done by, like basic work done by variable conservative or non-conservative forces, right? Okay, yeah.
After that, you can see there is thermodynamic processes. So they are asking very basic questions from the thermodynamic processes like adiabatic, isothermal, isobaric, such type of things they are asking, right? The next one we are moving the basic LR circuit. Simply we are saying you have to remember LR, RC and LCR circuit. These three they are asking question. So just
again,
remember this one.
Again, I believe just if you know the basic formulas based on like what happens in a steady state circuit, in LR circuit or a CR circuit, that will be enough for us to go forward, right?
T equals to 0 and T equals to infinite. Only these two cases, if you will remember, it will be, I think, enough. The next one is, you can see the center of mass is there, right? So we have observed that in such type of problem, either they are asking the moment of inertia, either they are asking the center of mass, right? With the cavity problem. So have a look on this topic as well, right? The next one, you can see there is a basic concept of diode they are asking. Like diode is connected in forward bias, diode is connected in reverse bias. What is the current in that one? Only such type of things they are asking, right? The next one you can see self-inductance. So they've only asked like how self-inductance depends. Maybe in the next problem they will ask like how we can find the self-inductance of some easy one, right? The next one you can see there is a basic RC circuit we have, as I told you initially, right? The next one you can see there is a formula of electric field, right? Suppose electric field due to dipole on the axis, and if I am saying for the who are I think who will participate in the next JEE exam, they have to remember the formula of sphere as well along with this one, right? Now let's move on the next one. What Mohit sir, right?
So I think basic problems like on adiabatic processes as basic formulas, PV2 per gamma, if you know what is constant, PV2 per gamma minus 1 base constant. If you know the basics, you can obviously go forward. This is the conclusion of shift 1, by the way. We are going to start with the conclusion of shift 2 also for physics. Achha, one thing I have observed many times, which I repeated, silvering of lens. Silvering of a lens is a topic been observed so many times, right? Last 3, like yesterday 2 shifts, today morning 1 shift. Maybe, I mean, I'm guessing that today's second shift also had question on silvering of lens. So it's one of the most important question. One more question is, which we were discussing, sir, splitting of lens, right? So splitting of lens, cutting of lens is also one of the most important topics. So going through this is very important. Right, lens.
And one more topics we are observing frequently, that is moving coil galvanometer, right? So we are seeing problem related to galvanometer. So it's a simple moving coil galvanometer we are using, right? From EM waves, they are not asking much more, only the basic thing they are asking, what is the equation of B, equation of E is given, equation of B is there, equation of E we have to find out. So basic they are asking from EM waves.
So I think if you can conclude these formulas, C is equals to E by B, E cross B parallel to vector C, the direction of velocity of light is parallel to E cross B, and E, B, C are mutually perpendicular. Knowing all these three, no? Or maybe at max, that energy density, average and energy density for electric and magnetic field are equal, that might be the maximum we can have, right? Ratio of this, there are few questions which we have observed, like 2 questions were on this in the shift 1. One was straight numerical based, one was theoretical based. Whether it was the ratio of electric to gravitational forces, right? Coulomb's, if you know Coulomb's law, if you know basic Newton's law of gravitation, straight formula based questions. So I think doing silly mistake is the only way by which we can lose marks here. If we just know the basic formula, we can go forward with doing good with shift 1 paper as a whole. Same for shift 2 also. Okay, let's start with the conclusion of shift 2. Download. Okay. Okay, just a minute. So this is fine. Let's start with the conclusion of 23rd January, shift 2, all the formulas important. As I said, none of the question will take you more than 2 minutes to solve at max.
even less than 2.
Less than 2 minutes, yeah. We believe that 30-35 minutes will be more than enough, or 40 minutes will be more than enough for solving physics questions, right? Yeah, so we can start with it.
Now you can see in this one there is a work done area of PV graph means simple work done in thermodynamics process they are asking, right? And we have seen 2 to 3 problems on this one recently. So this is the important things that you have to just focus. This one is the basically you can see physics formula is here, refractive index. These things you have to recall properly, right? That we basically we are saying the AC you have to recall again, right?
For AC primarily, dear all, I think LCR circuit, resonating circuit specifically, we are seeing questions on them in the last 2 shifts as well as today also the second shift, right? Okay, basically T square proportional to R cube, the Kepler's third law, which is one of the most important formula when you see in the perspective of CBSE boards, like CBSE gravitation, when we prepare for board examination, right? B equals to E by C. Again, we found the question in second shift based on this formula, state formula, right? Electrostatic potential energy based on that, and concept of, for diodes, we are always seeing straight diode based question where forward bias when diode is working and reverse bias when it's not working. Based on that, we are seeing the questions, right?
The ideal diode they are taking basically, right? The next one is error they are asking, like in this one they have asked little bit lengthy problem of error in this one, which one is only calculative. None of other questions are calculative. So only this one is calculative. So just have a look on errors as well, right? In the next one you can see there is a kinetic energy in case of projectile. You did such type of question in the class as well, like kinetic energy at the point of projection and kinetic energy at maximum.
We have, by the way, yesterday shift also we had questions on projectile where they were asking questions mostly on what is the speed at the highest most point or something based around that. So the basic concept that velocity along horizontal will not change. That's a very small concept. Like what we see in the NEET exams also. Very simple, straight concept questions, right?
Dimensional analysis is there. Which one is we are observing? Normally it is not happening, but right.
It's the most repeatedly been asked question, right, from dimensions.
I mean, 3 problems are there. You can observe from the dimensions in a single set, right? Now this is the again basic formula of velocity omega by k, right? The next one is entropy is there, right? Entropy is dq by dt. It's only formula based. We are not doing much more in physics, but you can do this by only formula, right? The next one is it's a power, right? So power in rotational is basically tau into omega we are using. So simply expression they have given, you will find the omega and
it can be sometimes tau dot omega, like vector form maybe it can be given, right? Again from modern physics, energy of photon is equals to energy max plus work function. There, we didn't write the formula here. We are not asking you some particular formula, but I am expecting that we go through all the required formula of concepts of galvanometer, like the basic arrangement, construction of galvanometer.
And conversion of galvanometer in a meter into voltmeter as well. That one is also a little bit important. The next one is Bernoulli's theorem. Bernoulli's and equation of continuity. We have seen equation of continuity problems in the last sessions, right? In this one, Bernoulli's are there. So only just remember these 2 basics. And the problems are basically formula based, right, Mohit sir?
Right, straight. And we are seeing Bernoulli's theorem will be like exactly very straightaway applications are there. About this RC circuit may primarily it's based on steady state. Sometime it is on some other variations, but primarily the steady state or at T0, initial state or final state, right? So this was the conclusion from shift 1 plus shift 2 of physics paper of the day. Thank you to all of you to following it. So we're gonna continue with chemistry now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's continue with the paper solutions of chemistry. Thank you all. All the best for the next exam. Yeah. So Anand sir will continue with chemistry paper solution next.
So hello everyone. Now moving forward with the chemistry solutions. Okay. So see in this question what they are asking. First step, if you see what they have asked here is about simple process diazotization of amines NH2. So when you are taking this step, NH2 with O80, CH2 and CH3 is there. So in presence of NaNO2 plus HCl at 0 to 5 degrees centigrade, this NH2 part will convert into N2 plus and Cl negative. N2 plus and Cl negative. Cl negative this side O80. Now in the next step we are having phenol at pH is equal to 8, so coupling reaction will take place. Coupling reaction will take place, and the coupling will take place at para position of this OH. So this product will get N double bond N OH, this side OET. In the next step they have given NaOH as a base and then CH3 CH2 Br. NaOH base. This base will take this acidic hydrogen, N double bond N, O negative and OET. In the next step what we are having, CH3, CH2 and Br. This negative charge will attack here, Br will go. So the final product will be this N double bond N O CH2 CH3 and this side O CH2 and CH3. Now if you see in the question what they have asked, number of sp3 hybridized carbon atom in C. Number of hybridized carbon atom in C. This is our C. So this one sp3, this one sp3, this side also, these two are sp3 carbon. So total number of sp3 carbon is 4. So the 4 will be the answer here. Now moving forward to the next question. In the next question again, basic mole concepts are there. 0.01 mole of an organic compound on combustion giving 1.76 CO2 and 0.9 gram H2O. So we are having hydrocarbon which on burning, on combustion, what they are giving? CO2 plus H2O. CO2 plus H2O. And the weight they have given 1.76. This side weight they have given 0.9 gram. 0.9 gram. And the weight of organic moles they have given this side 0.01 mole. Now what we have to do first? We will calculate the moles of each one. So molecular weight 44 gram per mole. And water molecular weight 18 gram per mole. 18 gram per mole. So number of moles 1.76 divided by 44, which is equal to 0.04 mole. This side 0.9 divided by 18, so it will be equal to 0.05 mole. Now if you see in CO2, the molecular formula contains one carbon. That means in hydrocarbon they have given 0.01. That means we can simply say 1 mole of this, 4 mole is this, and 5 mole water is present. So in 1 CO2, 1 carbon, so 4 mole of CO2 will contain 4 carbon atom. And in 1 mole of H2O there is 2 hydrogens, so 5 mole of water will contain 10 hydrogen. So the molecular formula will be C4H10. C4H10. Okay, C4H10. Option number 2. Now move to the next question. So in the next question again, they are asking arrange the following compounds in decreasing order of rate of hydrolysis. So whenever such type of questions are coming like rate of hydrolysis, rate of solvolysis, so what you have to do, you just need to break this RX bond and you need to create R positive. So just check the stability of R positive. Stability of R positive, or you can say carbocation. Stability of carbocation. Based on that we can decide which one will have higher rate towards hydrolysis. So in the case of this one, positive charge will come here, positive charge will come here, positive charge will come here, remove once Br and positive charge will come here. So which one is going to be more stable? This one. Both side benzene ring, resonance stability it will get. So third is going to be the most stable and the rate of hydrolysis will be also higher. Now move to the another one, 1, 2 and 4. So in the case of fourth one, if you see, 4 alpha hydrogen is present. 4 alpha hydrogen, it will give more stability. So after 3, 4 will come. Then in the case of 1, positive charge, and the least stable is going to be this one. Why it is least stable? Because positive charge is present on benzene ring. So second. So 3, 4, 1, 2. 3, 4, 1, 2. Option number 2 will be the correct answer here. Now move to the next question. In the next question again, you can see they have given mass the following reactant and product they have given, and they are asking give correct product on oxidative ozonolysis. Oxidative ozonolysis means you have to check what? Oxidation product. So if you do the first one, what product we will get? On oxidative ozonolysis, it will give double bond O, OH, double bond O, OH, double bond O and OH, this side double bond O. So you can see directly matching with this next one. Again break it. OH, double bond O, double bond O, double bond O and OH. Again, simply matching with the same options. What you have to do again, you need to do this side. This side it will convert into C double bond OH and this side double bond O. Again, if you are going to break it here, so this side C double bond OH will come, this side C double bond OH will come. Here, if you are going to break it, so same, C double bond O, C double bond O. So each option they have given correct, directly matching with them. So which is going to be correct? A is matching with 1, A is matching with 1, B is matching with 2, B is matching with 2, C is matching with 3, 3, D, 4. So the option number 2 is the correct option here. So this one is also an easy question from the hydrocarbon. So you just need to remember all the basic processes and basic oxidative reductive ozonolysis like that. So this is all about the chemistry solution part. Now we'll be moving forward towards the analysis of chemistry paper of 23rd January, second shifts. So now Kishore sir will take care.
Hello viewers. So if you go to that today chemistry paper analysis, and most of the questions are given easy, and few questions are given moderate, and a very few questions are given hard. So mostly our papers is saying that easy to moderate paper. Most of the questions are easy questions. So if you're going for that analysis, in 11th class, from 11th standard and 12th standard. So what are the questions are asked from this? So one question is given from that P block 1, that is 14th group elements, that is based on that melting point, one of the easiest question. And the second question is given from that ionic equilibrium, that is also one of the easy question, that is based on that pH question. And the third question from that biomolecules, easy. Biomolecules, it is based on that structure of protein, that is secondary structure is given. So that is also one of the easy question. Fourth question, D and F block elements. D and F block elements, that is a mixture of alloys, question is given. So that is also we can say that easy to moderate, that is a completely memory based question. If you going for that fifth question, that is given based on that chemical kinetics, based on that order of that reaction, that is also one of the simplest question is asked, not very tough, it's a very easy question. And the sixth question, so based on that Moseley's atomic number, that is periodic classification. So that we can say that easy to moderate. And seventh question is given from that thermodynamics. That is also one of the very basic question is asked. Eighth question, one of the question is asked from that atomic structure. Ninth question, isomerism, atomic structure, this is also easy question. Isomerism, that is also easy question. Question number 10, aryl halide and phenol, that will comes in 12th standard. Aryl halides and phenol, we can say that it is moderate question. We can say that moderate question. Go for that 11th question, that is coordination compound, again from that second year, this is also easy question. Now come to that 12th question. 12th question is chemical equilibrium. This is one of the moderate question, we can say that. 13th question, that is mole concept. Mole concept is nothing but calculation part, that is simple question, we can say that that is moderate. Then 14th, electrochemistry, that is also one of the easiest question. Then 15th question, hydrocarbon, that is from first year, again that is one of the easiest question. 16th question, this is from that second year, aromatic amines. We can say that a little bit hard. Why? Because reagents are given and diazotization reaction is given, hybridization is asked. 17th question, asked that hydrocarbon C4H10, that is a mole concept. mole concept. This is a, we can say that, moderate question. And 18th question that is given, again one of the mole concept, and hydrocarbon question is given. Hydrocarbon question is asked, that is a moderate question. And one more question is asked from that solution, second year chapter, that we can say that is a very hard question. So totally, what are the data is available present now? These are the analysis of entire the chapters. I think most of the first year, how many first year chapter questions are given? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. From out of 19, 11 questions are given from that 11th standard, and the remaining 8 questions coming from that 12th standard. If you go for that easy, moderate and hard, easy, moderate and hard, most of the questions are is a very easy question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From that, out of 19 questions, 10 questions are easy questions and moderate questions. This is a one moderate question. This is also one of the moderate question. And here, this is also one of the moderate question. 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 are the moderate questions. Only 2 are the hard questions. So from this data, what is the data is available? According to that data, we can say that that question paper is easy to moderate. This paper is a scoring paper also. Simply, I want to give you that suggestion, dear viewers. Just keep your concentration on basic points and also formula basis, and go for that reagent, especially from that first day 1 and day 2. In most of the cases from that organic chemistry, most of the questions are given based on that reagent. Just go through that reagents also. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Next, that analysis is given by maths teacher.
Third one. 1, 2, third one empty slide. Yes. Hi everyone, myself Vivek Kumar. Just hope all of you enjoy the paper discussion. So memory based 2 question recently we got, so that's why I'm going to discuss. After discussion of the paper, we are going to do the paper analysis. So all the detail we are going to be explained to all of you. So now you can see this question. A comma 0 be the point such that the shortest distance from the parabola, so what the most of the student can do here, they can make the diagram of the parabola. They can take the point A comma 0, maybe the somewhere here the A comma 0, if it is the A is the positive, otherwise this one. And focus will come 1 comma 0, we don't know about the A, less than or greater than 1, so we can take like that. Once you can read the question, what the question are saying, equation of the circle passing through A comma 0 and focus of the parabola. Means focus of the parabola means the circle is like that, you can see. Most of the students what they can do, they can waste their energy to finding the shortest distance. This is given 4 to A value. It will take the so much time. You can see circle is passing through which point? 1 comma 0. We can put the 1 comma 0 here. First option, not satisfied. Second option, obviously not satisfied. Third option, it is going to be satisfied. Only third option. Fourth is also not at all going to be satisfied. So without solving also, this sum easily we can say our third option is the correct. I think hopefully all of you understood. Now we can see the next sum. Next sum, this one is there. Obviously this sum is the lengthy sum is there. So I will say to you, suggest to you for the student, if the first attempt if you want, in the first round, so don't solve like that sum, because this sum it will take the time, lengthy question. But the question is not at all difficult. The rod of the length 8 unit are always lies on one in this one, another one on this one. And this rod length is how much given? Given 8. 1 on this one, x minus y plus 2 is equal to 0. And another one is there, x plus y plus 2 is equal to 0. What you can do, instead of taking x and y, you can take here the point t. T 1 comma y coordinate we can get t1 plus 2. This is the coordinate. We can take what? One parametric form t1. Now you can take here the t2. So t2 comma minus t2 minus 2. We can get this coordinate. What they are asking? Asking the find the locus of the P point. Locus of the P point. That point which locus we used to be assume h comma k. Means we have to be find the equation in terms of h and k. Now we can use the section formula here. If we can use the section formula here, so 2:1 ratio. So what the value will come? According to the section formula, 2t2 plus t1, 2 plus 1, 3 is equal to h. In the similar way, minus 2t2, sorry, minus 2t2, minus is there, 1 minute, minus t22, minus 4, and this one plus t1 plus 2 divided by 3 is equal to k. Now from here, with the help of these two equations, we can try to find the t1 and t2 value. What we can find? t1 and t2 value. And now this distance is equal to given 8. So what the distance will come from here, you can see. t1 minus t2 whole square. And here t1 plus 2 and minus T2 minus T1 is there. This one. So plus T1 plus T2, and by the way, this term is there, the minus. So from here, 2 and 2 plus 4 it will come. Whole square is equal to 8 is there. So under root na distance formula. So I'm not taking the under root. So this equal to 8. So we can write the 64. You can see. Now from here, T1, T2 with the help of this one, equation number 1 and 2, you can find the T1, T2 value. Once you can find the T1, T2 value, those T1, T2 value you can put here. You can get the equation. Are you able to understand? Chalo. Once you can try this one. Now we can come to the last part, analysis of the paper. So how many questions are the difficult? How many questions are the easy? And how many questions came from the 11th class and 12th class? So first of all, Isa, as we got the data of the 21 question, so out of the 21 we find here 11th class and 12th class. So 11th class we got the 10 question. One thing always we are seeing, as we can analysis the paper with all, this is our the fourth paper of the analysis of the mathematics. Every paper they can maintain the 11th class and 12th class. Not much big difference. Hardly we are able to be find 1-2 question difference are there. So as much as 11th and 12th, both the weightages are the same only. So you must have to be concentrate both the portion. Now we can see about the easy, moderate and difficulty level. So we find here easy is the 8 is there, moderate 8, and difficult one is the 5 is there. Difficult one is the 5 means the lengthy calculation is there. 8 we can find like that question where you are able to be use the formula and little bit calculation, then you can solve those sum. Mediocre, yes, calculation is there, but we can't say lengthy calculation because we already know mathematics must be the calculation. Yes, again we can say this 5 question is there, their mode and mode calculation, where the T1, T2 I have taken the one question, that question is also the same thing only. So always I will suggest to take the precaution. If you can find the any calculative question, then you can attempt those questions for the second attempt. That is the better idea. Now we can see about the how many questions came from the algebra, calculus, trigo, coordinate and vector and 3D. So as we are seeing, majority of the question is coming from the algebra, calculus, coordinate geometry and vector 3D and trigo. Not the big change we can find here, almost 8 we can find from here, calculus, no, algebra, calculus we can find the 6, coordinate geometry we can find the 4, vector 3D 2 and trigo 1. So this one is there, the question only. Again here, what another data we can find here, one question from the quadratic equation and progression, quadratic plus progression combined I am saying, 3 questions are there. One question complete quadratic, one complete progression and one question came there, combination is there. We have to be apply the concept of the quadratic equation and the progression also. So one suggestion I am giving you here, if possible who are going to write the examination tomorrow, further, so must we go through the quadratic and progression. Always I am seeing 2 to 3 questions are coming from this part. And if you can observe the matrices also this time came the 2 questions in this paper. One as it is from the adjoint and another came no solution from the linear type of the question came. So again my suggestion is there ki from this the matrix part also must be, because the two question are there. Overall paper we can say moderate to tough paper is there. If you can keep the patience, either you can get the around the 50 to 60 marks. That is the good score in the mathematics. Good score, that means we can say 50 to 60 marks, you are going to be reach 99 percentile and plus things. Okay, now again we can meet into the tomorrow with the analysis round. Yeah. So with this one, we are going to be conclude the session. So we already, so all the best for all of you for your the next examination. Again, we can meet tomorrow session. Chalo, bye all of you.